Yo, here's an updated video on everyone's combos in Bleach Rebirth of Souls for version 1.10. Instead of just being TODs, it'll include all their optimals with other of their combo variations. If I miss some combos that you find interesting, let me know down below. Because there are so many combos in this video this time, I won't include inputs, just acronyms. So Q for quick, F for flash, S for signature, T for tilt before a move, so holding up plus that move, H for Hakugeki, which turns to K for Kikon if held for your ultimate. Alright, let's get started. Last video started with Bankai Ichigo, so we'll start it off the same this time, but this man got cooked. He done lost all his loops from before, although with Getsuga Aura, you can still get Getsuga loops in, just less of them. And there's also a universal nerf to SP gained during your combos, so you're not able to build back enough SP to repeat his SP2 as well for a second time, which shortens his loops even more. As for other combo routings, you can combo a fully charged Getsuga only with step first to cancel its recovery into flash, working after chain reverse for extra damage to your combos, although the timing is pretty tight. And you can combo SP2 after quicks like usual, but there's a step loop variation as well, doing Getsuga step ASAP flash, only one hit of each. This one has strict timing on that Getsuga into step part, requiring you to be extremely fast with it. And this loop is able to kill only the weakest stats characters with lowest defense on their burst form only, so no longer having an awakened TOD that kills others in awakening. I guess this is to make it more fair, but we'll see others with crazier loops throughout this video, so I'm not really sure what their fairness is based on, you know? I wish they did more buffs instead of just more nerfs. So you can combo after SP2 in different ways, not just with tilt flash, but tilt flash is also a good tool. Although each flash attack you land uses up your Getsuga aura gauge, since this state lets you combo from his tilt flash of course, and kinda buffs up each of his hits, which is why he uses up that Mita. I have some base form tips too. His combos are more limited, so you can't step cancel the charge Getsuga, but you can still loop SP2 Getsuga with quicks for good damage, although scaled. It does use up your 100 SP, so it might be better to save it for awakened state where you can get that true useful damage in. For his reawakened form, it seems like he can no longer combo after his grab. So your main source of damage is very simplified, revolving around individual hits. Doing lots of damage with individual tools at a time, low-key turning him into more of a grappler character. Soul Society Ichigo on the other hand got tons of new combos, kinda switching places with Bankai Ichigo. He gets access to SP1 loops when he has white reverse active, since that changes his properties, which he can TOD those in spirit drives while you're only in sublimation, which is huge. It can be hard to land a white reverse hit since it doesn't combo, but there are setups, like after normals on block to create space for you so that flash can land as a counter hit as well for extra damage. Here's a soul break version if you're in spirit drive and they aren't, but these loops in the white reverse state deal insane damage overall. As a bonus, you can also do SP1 into SP2 in this state. And if you see your white reverse fading, it might be better to meter dump SP1s back to back early on so you don't lose white reverse with SP left, or else it'll feel like you're just wasting your SP, you know? You can also combo charge signature into your normals. In base form, things are just more simple, doing flash SP1, which is pretty good damage in soul reverse state too. You can also combo fully charged signature with flash if close by or in the corner, but not as likely to land in real games. And the really useful tip is that you can Kikon smash them away when their HP is low, pop a white reverse during the pushback animation, and then flash step to continue your combo in order to soul break them, since you get that extra Konpaku destruction in base form, destroying 4 instead of 3 while in this soul white white reverse state. And even in Awakened, if you aren't in sublimation yet and then you pop white reverse, you get that unique boost mechanic to him destroying extra Konpakus. Dangai Ichigo got no real changes, actually got some nerfs, I guess you could say. In his third conclusion phase, he can combo tilt flash with quicks into flash into SP2. So his most damage can look like this. Off a grab, you can link in Tilt Flash, in which you can add quicks afterwards to extend the combo. In his third phase with his counter, he can TOD unawakened characters like before with that whiff into yellow chain reverse. Not too practical since they'd be awakened by then, but useful to know in case you need to maximize their hits. Like when they have less HP in the game, even if they're awakened and stuff. And you don't even need to soul break as Dangai Ichigo, but this route shows that you can if you want. 1000-Year Blood War True Shikai Ichigo DLC has some interesting links. His flash can be comboed into signature quick. His signature is a stance thing that has multiple branches to allow different things to connect, like starting a combo with signature flash into the rest. These two concepts can be combined together, even with signature plus signature for Getsuga, which can be comboed if you're close by. And his tilt flash can combo with flash follow-up into quicks, but only against some characters, being a character specific link. His SPs are mostly for combo enders, doing flash SP1, or flash step into SP2 in order to be closer to land a full SP2 link to maximize his damage, or else you'll only get a limited half animation from SP2 if you're too far away. Since he can't combo after his SPs, he can't really TOD. With his character specific link, Tilt Flash with the quicks, he can TOD unawakened ones while being in Spirit Drive state. It's still useful to show how optimally to get into his combo routes to maximize damage, but again, in real games, it would only be useful against those who are awakened with less health, since they wouldn't be in base form by this time in actual games anyways. Yoruichi is practically the same as before, being able to use signature for Ankin throws after starting with step into her attacks to extend combos. This even applies to step breaker, which is her tilt signature after step, in which you can press signature after her normals for Ankin strikes too. And you can always end her combos with SP1 as an ender. You can't really combo her counter anymore like before, which is a bummer, but her base form is practically the same, so you don't need to memorize a whole different set of combos. Kisuke got some damage nerfs, but still follows similar concepts as before, being able to loop his SP1 when he uses SP2 to get the buffs, kinda like Bankai Ichigo, doing flash quick flash into SP1 and then step. This version can lead to a TOD on sublimated characters while he's in Spirit Drive. He has a second loop with flash delayed SP1 without SP2, needing a slight delay on the SP1 in order to be able to step and continue the combo, but you need to mash the step ASAP after it hits to connect the step quick part. This one only TODs on base form characters, but it's good to know because you don't need that SP2, so less resources, and it's nice just to even get one loop in if you don't have SP2 active, although it is very hard. And he can combo his counters as well. Works the same in base with both loop versions, but the second version can continue to loop without being awakened, only once for one loop. Chad can dash cancel his signature charge with step into SP1, which helps him extend further and more consistently than before than just SP1 into quicks. More importantly though, he can connect SP1 after tilt flash, receiving some tilt flash buffs to combo up. With those two concepts, here's a TOD example after flash where he can connect the step parts after firing his signature that's fully charged. So you need to make sure you have that full charge on the signature before firing. Or alternatively, using SP1 part earlier to confirm tilt flash with delayed SP1 and a heavily delayed signature, and then you add another step at the end in order to soul break. If you don't delay signature enough to fire the blast, you lose out on a lot of damage, so you need to make sure this is delayed in games for the full damage effect. This works after grabs as well. In base form, only tilt flash can connect into SP1 to combo, not other normals. And tilt flash into tilt flash only works at close ranges in base form, but is more lenient when he's awakened. Uryu got huge nerfs, bro. Even in real awakened state, Uryu's follow-ups combos and SP1 reverse chain no longer combos with each other. He used to be super saucy and cool, but now all you're left with is this super simplified combo, man. He also gets his most damaging start off his counter, which you can combo in the corner by looping this against the wall. Although yeah, it is impractical and unlikely to happen when planned in real games, but it can happen and can be nice to get a few extensions if you're able to recognize your wall positioning and you're ready to convert. Rukia got some super nice changes. She can combo tilt flash with flash or quicks, and can combo into all her tools after charge the signature since it stuns them in place. But this only comes in handy when awakened for some nice SP extensions. Her SP2 is unique, where you need to press the button 2 more times to stab the ground 2 more times for more damage and hit stun to continue the combo with another charged signature, and SP1 can be dashed afterwards. So here's how it looks when you put them together with her charged signature. SP1 and SP2 are interchangeable with their order in the combo, but it looks like doing the harder SP2 link first is more damaging. But her low damage overall only lets it soul break on unawakened characters when it's Spirit Drive. You can even just loop multiple SP1s together with a charged signature. If both parties are in Spirit Drive, then you can only get an earlier Kikon kill, not a soul break, which is still super useful. And she got so much sauce, oh my god, Rukia is sick. What's also nice is that you don't need to always rely on just SPs, because you can kind of freestyle into different versions of her combos, so landing multiple hits is nice with her knives. Ikaku, like before, he can only TOD on unawakened characters, but this time it's a bit different. Still relying on maxing out his gauges because of the way that unique mechanic of his works. And he can TOD awakened characters off good starters sometimes after like strike back counter hits, but only soul breaks against weaker characters. I still think his SP2 buffs are kinda lame and not too useful, but can be utilized to squeeze a bit more damage out of his combo game. Ikaku can combo signature quick into his normals even after grab, and Flash Quick SP2 can help to extend combos with also giving him added buffs as a bonus, and with SP1 into Flash as a combo ender. You can't combo his signature counter, which is signature plus a step button, but you can combo SP1's counter, which is SP1 into step button for huge damage with a chain reverse right away that leads into a whole soul break. Now, while base form does follow the same exact combo structure, he does get a new link with a signature quick into tilt flash, quick flash. This can be helpful to confirm in neutral or after chain reversing combos like you can see here. Rangiku Matsumoto can combo tilt flash with flash as a new combo extension, but everything else is pretty much the same. So you can add in tilt flash after SP2 or reverse chain to combo up, which can lead to TODs against sublimated characters while she's in Spirit Drive, which is really useful. And you can combo her counter if she already has a Heineko field placed, so not only does the field help increase damage, but also lets her connect off different starters further away. Base form doesn't have much to it since she doesn't have access to her Heineko, so she's more limited. Shuhei Hisagi, he's still the exact same except now he builds his red unique gauge up faster. Before it used to be connected to Kompaku amount and destroyed, but now it increases after every time it uses SP1 instead, which makes it actually usable in real games. Here you can get his loops in the same way as before. Max distance flash quick is most consistent to keep them far away, but you have to micromanage the distances by varying in flash SP1 to keep the loop going by holding them at that specific a distance away from you. Off of a grab, you can backstep it to set up your optimal combos. But a new buff is after his counter, which results in a full complete TOD on those with Spirit Drive, in which you can step into his high-end SP1 after the counter, continuing from there with loops for huge damage and saving his SP1 at the end in order to soul break. Kaien Shiba, he's still the same as before, revolving around his charged tilt flash combo extension. They just nerfed his damage overall though, so this only TODs on weaker characters unlike before. For other practical combo confirms, you can link his SP2 after flashes. And SP1 after charge tilt flash since you have more hit stun to work with. And Signature's range has been buffed, which can be comboed into. It's actually a good tool to use on block for pressure as it's also plus on block and acts as a frame trap. He also works the same exact way in base form as well. Shinji got buffed up though, still following the same combo structure as before, but better. He needs to have Sakanade release in order to start with the tilt signature Sakanade breaker. Remember, this is a counter, and you need to land that first or his SP2 first to get the tilt version of the move which grabs them. For the combo, dash right after SP1 and hold it slightly to get a longer dash. So this step input can be held during SP1 animation to come out right away and then hold it a bit longer. And you need to dash mid combo to get that tilt flash setup. It's not needed, but it's cool, although a bit trickier and more optimal, but this TODs on Spirit Drive fellas pretty easily due to his high damage. He has lots of variation, and here's what I mean. After SP1, there's different ways you can get into it as long as you do flash quick or anything where you can reset again after Hiyori vanishes to extend the combo even more. So there are some tricky extensions or yellow reverse extensions as long as you can get that main flash quick, then stop timing after SP1 to relink everything into whatever normals you want. His counters cannot be linked into flash, only into quicks, but it's still enough to get a kill for a TOD as well. Shinji's overall damage output is actually pretty insane now. In base form, he can't seem to get the long loops, but it's still good damage. To an extent, the scaling hits really hard with him after a few SP1, so you can't loop it too long. Renji got some buffs kinda. 2 hits of his signature now truly combos into tilt flash, which truly combos into his normals. Although he did lose his held follow-up link. But flash starters deal more damage, of course. And a fun fact to pressure on block, his tilt flash is also no longer plus on block, but being in SP2 buff state does turn it plus on block. So keep that in mind if you're playing Renji. Kira has the exact same combo structure as before in order to TOD on unawakened characters, adding in the step here for the timing so they don't break out of your SP tool, and your SP lasts just enough to keep them stunned in place to accumulate the damage. As for changes, it's just his ability mechanics that's been tweaked with a few minor changes, which slows them down and stuff, and when you lock them in place with your SP, you can also go into ultimate right away if you want since they can't block. Mayuri is still similar. His poison stuff did get some improvements, but combo wise practically the same as before to TOD, just adding in more tilt flashes into his combos. This can TOD when in Spirit Drive against a Spirit Drive with poison filled up, but can also soul break if you extend with delayed flash step extensions using flash quicks a few times. His combos are literally the same in base form, but the scaling gets really bad. A common trend that we've been noticing with these characters, the scaling just doesn't work when they're in their base form. Then you get like almost no damage, so it's not worth spending your resources on super long combo in base form. Kenny got buffed up so he does even more damage with less Kompaku that he has. And when awakened, he can now combo Tilt Flash into its second follow-up into Quick and end his strings in SP1 for some common practical confirms. As for SP2, you can combo that slower one after a Hakugeki delayed flash step extension when they have low HP, which is super useful to add in at the end of your combos in order to soul break opponents to kill. This combo from Tilt Flash can even TOD against others in Spirit Drive state as well, making it a useful practical TOD. And you can also TOD out a fully charged counter that he has. Remember that this counter absorbs hits, even just with SP1. Just be careful of throwing it out recklessly since opponents can grab you out of this animation. In base form, his tilt flash doesn't have the follow-up with the combo, so you can't do as much in base form, sadly, making Kenpachi more of an endgame character, you feel me? My boy Toshiro almost stayed the same, except his tilt flash has extra hit stun added to it at level 3 in order to be more consistent combo tool when awakened for even more insane damage that he had. Adding these in before SP1 for a new loop variation and doesn't seem to eat too much into hit stun as much as you think, so he's actually able to soul break without even using reverse at all if he's near level 3 already when starting the combo to add in his tilt flash into the mix. Tilt flash can even be added after grabs at level 3 or after that Hakugeki keep going under 30% delayed flash step extension as well at this level, as long as you don't run out of his level 3 state mid combo. At level 0, his old route still works the same with a dash quick after SP2. You can hold the step input during SP2's animation to make it more consistent, although this is still one of the trickier links in the game still. And you can do an early Kikon and SP1 extension at the end if you want to go for a soul break. Shunsui got huge buffs, allowing him to loop SP1 after flash quick for huge easy damage only when awakened. And when you reverse chain, you can hold a signature, not fully though, in order to combo up as well. If you have King of the Hill's Children game up, you can easily get soul break TODs as well, since they passively drains their HP while they're outside the zone. And as a bonus, you can combo into SP2 once they're in that now or never state by stepping after your Hakugeki to cancel its recovery a bit, and then the SP2's tracking and damage works wonders. Just be careful if his Chase the Devil of Children's game, which can freeze your damage output for a bit. This can be annoying mid combo for you since the damage kind of accumulates if you know how it works, or there's the timer thing so they don't die right away. But it can be useful if you're on the other end of a TOD and they're trying to kill you and then it pops up and boom, you're kinda safe. Komamura is a very simple character, can only combo into his SP1 for a combo ender, or even SP2 after reverse chain for even more damage. And he can start combos with signature, kind of being like Kaien with a signature, being interesting to use on block as well. Byakuya in base form, he can switch between his two stances with signature, and also combo extend his SP1, which switches the stances automatically for him. And you can combo charge the tilt flash of Byakuya as well, holding the input to charge it up. In Bankai, he lost some stuff from before, if y'all remember the loops and stuff he had, because he can't combo with a signature like before, and he can no longer link SP1 after follow-up, so kind of limiting his combo possibilities, but he can connect 3 signatures into SP1 after a now or never Hakugeki smash, which is great to get damage in if you're close to soul breaking. This might be his most damaging optimal route. And his SP2 counter can link into SP1 for big damage as well if you have the resources for that, and if you choose to want to spend it all at once. Soi Fon kinda got rebalanced, I guess you could say a bit. She can no longer do her flash quick delay, quick flash link, but her TOD still follows the same combo concept as before, just without that delayed link. Being able to soul break sublimated characters when she's in Spirit Drive. Again, this time we have to input everything as fast as we can, while still holding the SP1 input after chain reverse so it reaches its level 3 state. The timing to let go of this input is around when the opponent's arms return to resting position, or right before the hit stun gauge depletes, in which you can combo with a step flash afterwards, but this timing is pretty tight. And you need a slight charge to replenish 4 of her Anken before flash stepping, and again after the Hakugeki, then the rest of your inputs need to be pressed fast, or else it will drop. In a way, her TOD got easier because you don't need to worry about that extra delay timing with flash quick delay quick anymore, just the SP1 delay timing. Her combos work the same in base form, except the scaling ruins it as usual, similar to Yoruichi with how she uses her Anken, except hers is a finite resource course you need to replenish. You can also combo uncharged SP1 whenever at the end of your combos. And you can combo tilt flash with signature into the rest too. Yamamoto has a few really nice changes, like being able to combo after signature. This leads to two types of strong TODs. One is after SP2s. SP2s actually reduces his overheat gauge whenever he uses it, so he doesn't lose HP, which occurs when the gauge is maxed out. But this only soul breaks unawakened characters. And the double Hakugeki Kikon flash step timing link is a bit rough. An easier, higher damaging one revolves around his held charge SP1, but requires his overheat state to trigger, which causes self damage as the combo continues. But Jesus, he gets such big damage without using up too many resources that works in Spirit Drive against others in Spirit Drive as well for an entire soul break. So if you want the self-inflicting damage, then this is worth it. In base form, he can't really link in his signature around, which limits his firepower, but he can still use his held SP1 into SP2, lowering your overheat state with SP2 and honestly dealing really good damage in base form unlike others in this game. Nelliel's combo structure is still the same, but because the SP gain mid combos got nerfed, she can't fit in two SP1 links with SP2 anymore, leading to slightly different combo combinations and less output low-key. Here she can TOD in Spirit Drive against others in set conditions, but her timing feels a bit different and more strict now after the step into flashes. I feel like I drop these a lot more often now. Double step after yellow chain reverse before SP2 is needed to be in the right spacing so flash can connect afterwards to extend the combo, and after grab you can fit in tilt flash after grab for more damage. Doing step into quick is much easier to time though, but you get more damage if you do the flash, step, flash, as long as you have enough stocks for it. So all these combos, you need to have her maxed out stocks, which have been buffed to be charged up faster when she's in awakened state, so that's a nice buff. And remember, you can do 3 flashes to use one of her stocks for a Zero on the 3rd flash to combo into flash that follows as well, which can be kinda useful for auto-timed extensions to soul break, as the Zero does do more damage than doing flash flash step flash flash. And all this works in base form as well. It's the same way except her stocks take longer to charge up in neutral when you're holding signature and there's more scaling. Szayelaporro, my other boy, he lost his held follow-up loop thing, which was huge to get his stocks level ups and stuff up, and made it harder for him to reach level 3 with his SP2s. So that's a really huge nerf that kinda hurts, but he did gain some routes I guess. You can't combo command grab at level 1, but when he reaches level 2, you can. Same with tilt flash being a combo tool at level 2. So combining these, you can start a combo with his signature command grab, which is great to use after a plus on block step quick, TODing those in sublimation while he's still in Spirit Drive. After grab breakers, you have to step before tilt flash in order to get his optimal combo loop going. But on starters that are not his command grab signature, you cannot TOD, although you can get close, which applies off of flash or tilt flash as well. So you can only get close off these different starters unless if it's after a counter hit strike back starter, then you can TOD. And you can also combo his counter SP1 with a tilt flash at level 2 as well. In base form though, because the follow-up thing got nerfed, he can't do much and he's unable to get a lot of his stocks and level up as well in his base form, so that's a huge nerf that kinda hurts Szayelaporro players. Grimmjow's combo structure stayed the exact same, except you can link in tilt flashes to flash instead of quick now. Before you could only link it to quick, but it's the exact same for a TOD on sublimated characters as before. Can also combo flash quicks into SP2 quicks to extend for more practical confirms if you land a hit. And the base form of him is just the same, just less output because of the scaling and damage output reduced that we've discussed earlier that happens in base form. Nnoitora, before he could only kill when he had low Konpaku for 6 arms after a charged SP1, being useful if he had his armor active, but you can't combo his SP1 like before. Although even raw SP2 deals insane damage. But this time he can kill from tilt flash as long as his 6 arm state is active, which triggers when he's at 4 Konpaku or less for insane damage even against those in Spirit Drive. Soul breaking with SP1 or with another Kikon extension, up to you. And even with flash, his damage is insane. His buffs are more quality of life buffs, extending reach and faster startups. And base form is just similar for less damage. Ulquiorra is pretty much the same, except the nerfs to spiritual power gained mid-combo only allows him to get 2 SP2s in and removes his SP1 ender to soul break. So he can only TOD with an earlier Kikon since he doesn't build enough spiritual power back to get that SP1 at the end. This combo TODs on spirit drives after strike back counter hits or against sublimated characters. Remember, whenever he uses Zero, it uses up his HP, which has been buffed up to use up less HP than before on every Zero, although SP2 does heal him to regenerate his HP. If they have a low health, you can backstep to get another tilt after Kikon delayed flash step, and the SP1 ender is after a smash Kikon where you can walk, then SP1 for huge damage. This is also useful if you run out of reverse and they're close to soul break, so you can't flash step, so you just let that SP1 fly. And he can get into his tilt flash Zero after grabs by just stepping beforehand after the grab into the tilt. Although he did lose the ability to yellow chain reverse mid combo with all his tools, like follow up Ho-Ho into his reverse, you can no longer chain reverse that. That was unique and cool, but gone sadly. His combo structure is the same in his other forms as well, even base form, although a bit more strict with the timings. Halibel has 2 routes. One is pretty much the same off a grab with no gauge built up, using the signature quick loop, so you press signature, wait a bit, delay that quick input so it covers more ground in order for your SP1 to land, and then you can continue the quicks afterwards. If you do signature into quick too early, then you won't be in range for SP1 to link afterwards. She just has a different ender now to make it all work together, and it does soul break characters in Spirit Drive. So this requires a delay on the signature delay quick so it links into quicks. Her loops are easier when her gauge is filled up. Sometimes because of how her damage scaling works, she does more damage, so she puts them in that 30% now or never state earlier. So in that case, you can't yellow reverse early, you have to delay flash step, combo up, and then yellow reverse before doing a Hakugeki in order to get the same combo basically. Her other combo loop revolves around flash SP1 loops, and then you step after SP1 into flash again after to continue the loop. This one only works if her gauge is filled up to the max, but it's easy, just don't rush your timings. Take your time on the step and then you get the flash in. The ending parts can change with a lot of variety on your end, but here's one soul breaking with a follow-up Ho-Ho, cause why not? That's a rare combo TOD ender. And again, these work while you're in Spirit Drive and they're in Spirit Drive as well, making these very practical combos to use online. In base form, you can't do the flash SP1 dash loops, and you cannot link flash into tilt flash either. But you can do the flash quick tilt flash into signature delay quick SP1 loop with the gauge maxed out. But the scaling gets really rough, so you don't actually do a lot of damage if you keep this loop going. Gin can combo flashes with signature, and tilt flash with quick switch can be used with a step after grabs. After counters, you also get buffs, letting you combo tilt flash with flashes, and remember, whenever you're at the tip range of his flashes, Gin does more damage, so keep that in mind in actual games. His most optimal damage is after his counter, and then you can get a TOD on weaker unawakened characters. So you kinda want to land that counter in to get a buffed up Gin, and then remember to be at the tip range. He's also one of the only characters with the unique ability to combo after blue reverse with SP2, so you knock them back and then they get hit. Ooh, this makes it a really good way to finish off a round with a kill while you're the one getting hit. That's pretty insane. The only way they can counter this is to flash step your blue reverse while they're hitting you, but that's crazy. That would be some next level stuff. Kaname Tosen is also unchanged, needing to be a strike back counter on the SP2 to get the additional follow-up that triggers when it hits as a strike back hit. This only soul breaks on weaker unawakened characters though, but it's still good to know. Can still combo after signature counter and flashes into SP1 as an ender, of course. And then there is group team leader Aizen. In Awakened, you can link 2 of his fully charged tilt flashes in to combo up with the flash steps, which can kill sublimated awakened characters. In Reawaken mode though, you can TOD those in sublimation after the counters. Which can lead to a soul break on the weakest unawakened characters. So it's not too practical or whatever, but it's still useful to know in case their HP is low and you want to know how to structure your routings in order to soul break and maximize your damage. Now I had to leave Stark for last because he's actually insane, bro. Okay, so in Awakened, he has buffed up loops now, which are now the longest combo loops in the game. Like 2-minute long combos, bro. What are we doing right now? So as you can see, you can combo flash, quick, flash into SP2, step, flash, and then you can loop with flash, quick, signature, step, repeat. You actually don't need to do the step part after flash, quick, signature. You can just do signature, flash, quick, signature, flash, quick, but you do need the step when you're in reverse chain. So after reverse chain, you can step signature to charge and replenish your combo again, and then go for the loop. And his combos are so damn long that you can reverse chain twice as long as you step after signature after reverse is done. So the step parts after depleting your full yellow chain reverse is what helps to build back up again, so you can use 2 yellow chain reverses in the same combo. If you don't do flash, quick, signature, step when you have no reverse bar done, by the time you run out of wolf stock, you will be unable to yellow chain reverse again. This combo is for when he has 5 Konpaku stocks, and it's still similar at 3 stocks. I think 3 is the lowest this combo can be done at, with a slight variation to it in order to soul break. It's important to know how his Konpakus work, since remember, his signature skill to replenish his wolves stocks uses 1 of his Konpaku for 4 wolves gained, whereas SP2 lets him gain 3 wolves without consuming Konpaku and while being able to combo extend without yellow reverse. Remember, Stark can destroy 6 Konpaku for the price of 1 Konpaku of your own, but only 3 if he has 3 or fewer Konpakus for himself, which is why his combo only soul breaks for 3 Konpaku here, because you end up using 2 of his stocks during the combo. With that being said though, I hope y'all learned something new and enjoyed the video. Bleach is pretty fire, man, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this patch. Hopefully more to come, and we'll see how this game grows and develops in the future. Comment down below which are your favorite combos, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.